guys, it's your Lantern here, and welcome to this tag challenge I came up with while I was kind of just thinking on my own a couple days ago. It's called the Improve Your Own Mascot Challenge. And as the name states, you have to come up with ways to improve your own mascot competitively, and make him more competitively viable, honestly. Kind of simple. And at the end of this video, I will be tagging a couple people to do this challenge, and I will come and to start off, I'll put up some rules of how this challenge is supposed to work. First thing is the typing. The typing has to at least make some sense to the design of the Pokemon or your mascot or however you're doing this. Basically, you cannot say an obviously not psychic type can be a psychic type when, well, it just doesn't make sense. But you can say when an obvious psychic type that doesn't have the psychic typing would benefit from a psychic typing. Hence, let's put up Golduck for this type of scenario here. Second is the abilities. The abilities have to at least make some sense. Okay? We cannot just give a random Mom Beast Boost and call it a day. You have to make some sense. The ability cannot be an exclusive to a legendary, and that's about it. As long as the ability makes some sense, you can work with it. And with moves, it's a little more different, since, well, Wooper can learn Ice Punch, Ghastly can learn Shadow Punch. I think any move is valid as long as it's not a legendary signature move. Finally, we have the stats. The stats have to stay to the base stat of the Mon. So, in other words, if you want to boost something, you're gonna have to take something. Cause that let's just use Golduck again here. If we wanted to make Golduck a better special attacker, that special attack has to come from somewhere. AKA, what if I took away a bit of its defense and added to its special attack? Golduck would become a less defensive Mon, but it'd become a way better special attacker. In other words, equivalent exchange. So, that's actually pretty simple. And finally, there is something I came across. What if your mascot is a pre-evolution, or a middle stage? Well, if that's the case, you would have to talk about its final evolution. AKA, if your mascot's Wooper, you would have to be talking about Quagsire. If your mascot's Psyduck, you would have to talk about Golduck. If your mascot was Quilladin, you would have to talk about Chestnut. In other words, you can't talk about the middle or the first stage. You have to talk about the final Evo. So now that I got the rules out of the way, how would I improve Lantern? Well, the real question is, how can I put it on the same level as Rotom Wash? Since, unironically, the washing machine outclasses Lantern. So how would I make that better? How would I make Lantern better here? Really, I would keep its water electric typing, because that's actually a really good typing to have, and it makes you only weak to grass. For Lantern's ability, I can make this really easy. Get rid of Illuminate. It's not useful and competitive, and honestly, once you're done doing story, there's no real reason to keep a Lantern with Illuminate. Instead, bring up its ability, Warp Absorb, which is its hidden ability, up as a normal ability. And for the hidden ability slot, I could only really come up with 3 that could really truly make sense for Lantern, but I'm not sure if it does. These being Magic Bounce, which is basically a really good counter for all hazards and status ailments. Regenerator, which heals Lantern when it's in battle. And Storm Drain, which boosts its special attack when hit a water type move, making it a much better Mon when in a water versus water scenario. For moves I want to give Lantern that he doesn't know already, I think Calm Mind would be a good one. Cause one, it should be able to learn it, but it doesn't. It's kinda weird in that way. Cause even though its Pokemon Entry doesn't particularly state it's a calm Mon, it looks like it, and also there's many Mons that know Calm Mind that aren't particularly calm. The second move is Recover, and honestly, I don't know why it doesn't get this move. It gets Stockpile, it gets Swallow, it gets those 3 moves that shouldn't be a thing, but it does. Yet it doesn't get Recover, which would give Lantern a much more, let's say, reliable form of recovery. Okay, I do have 2 stat changes that I want to make the Lantern. First is taking 10 points from its attack stat and putting that into special attack stat. Its attack would become 48, and its special attack would be 86. And secondly, I would take 10 points from its speed stat, putting that in to its special defense, making its speed 57 and its special defense 86. So in short, I would make Lantern a much better bulky special sweeper. Because honestly, most of Lantern's attacks are special. are special attacks. And in short, it doesn't really have a way to do big damage with him. That's why I think Calm Mind would be a really good way. And secondly, it doesn't have a viable form of recovery currently. So Recover would give it the edge it needed. So, in short, yes, it's outclassed, but there's no way Lantern could not be brought up to be much better. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm gonna tag 4 people! So be very afraid. The 4 people I'm tagging are Mr. Green Typhlosion, the 31st, TokiSakiLol, and Manny Bardo. The clock is ticking! This has been the Iron Lantern, signing out. See you all next time!